Tony Gonsolin now available. First question from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead.
Tony, how much would you say that tonight's outing in particular showed all of your pitches already past the development stage, already being where they need to be?
It was pretty good. I thought early on, the splitter and the slider were pretty good, and then later on the slider kind of tapered off, but the curveball kind of came around. So it was nice to be able to use everything today. You
mentioned using everything, and every once in a while you did throw in that curveball to kind of let them know that is in your repertoire, to always have it in the back of their mind. When you have all those different pitches in your mix and you're throwing them effectively, how much better do you think that makes you? How much more dangerous can you be moving forward?
Definitely just puts the thought in their mind, that any of the 4 pitches could come at any point in time. So it just kind of makes it a little bit harder to hit and harder to just kind of sit on something.
This is the furthest you've ever gone in your career as far as, pitching into the 7th inning. You complete 7 innings, another incredibly efficient outing on just 90 pitches tonight in terms of the entire body of work. How proud are you of what you were able to accomplish tonight? Not only going deep into the game, but really limiting the damage once again.
Yeah, it's great. It's always great to, give our team a chance to win and throw up some zeros on the board. Dino and George did a great job with the positioning of all our guys, and, defense played great today.
Until this season, the Padres haven't been much of a threat to the Dodgers in recent years. Were you already getting a sense of how important this series is, considering the standings, not only your division, but moving forward into the postseason as far as seeding is concerned?
Yeah, I think, with this team and what we got, I think every series is important at this point. We want to go out there and we want to get on a roll and get in a rhythm going into playoffs.
Finally, for me, during your warm-ups, it looked like you were kind of out there with some nunchucks. What is that warm-up routine that you're using with that equipment?
Yeah, it's called like an Indian club, I'm pretty sure. We just found it out. It kind of just gives me some rhythm in my arm and brings blood to the area. So it's just an overall warm-up tool.
Okay, we weren't sure if you were getting ready for a street fight or something. Nice job tonight, Tony. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Next question is from Cary Osborne. Go ahead.
Tony, you'd gone 6 innings before, and you've had these excellent starts going 6 innings. But how meaningful was it for you to get the ball to go out there for the 7th inning and complete that 7th inning?
It's great. That was my first time going 7 in the big leagues, and one of the few times I've ever actually gone 7 in my professional career anyway. So it's awesome to be efficient and throw strikes.
What does it say about kind of their trust in you that they allow you to go out there for the 7th inning and get those outs?
It's awesome. I'd love to go out there and compete with whoever is up to bat. So it's nice that Doc let me go out there for the 7th, and then our defense played great.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Tony, with the playoff format that was announced today, with no days off, after that initial series, it seems like rotations will have to go 5 deep at least, over a 5-7 game series. Do you view that, no?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Sorry, do you hear me?
Yeah.
My bad. Just knowing that the playoff format changed and that 5-man rotations will probably be needed. Do you view this as sort of like an opportunity to show your stuff and know that you're probably going to get the ball in October and will be needed?
Yeah, absolutely. Every outing is an opportunity to show and to try to convince the staff and the front office on making a playoff roster. So ideally that's the goal, and then at the end of that, winning the games in October and taking home the championship.
We've seen performances from you where we struck out 8 guys in 5 innings. Tonight it was more efficient, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, just wasn't getting as much miss today. It's all right. Defense, like I said, played great today, and they're always there behind me.
Thank you.
Next question is from Ken Gurnick. Go ahead, Ken.
Tony, with the way that the last night's game went, did you feel kind of responsibility to kind of set a tone and reverse the momentum?
Not necessarily. You know, every game I get to go out there and throw. It's the biggest game for me. You know, I just wanted to go out there and throw strikes and you know, hopefully give our team a chance.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand the big game for you every time you pitch, but Tony, this was probably the most important game of the year for the team so far. How do you kind of internalize that and don't let it get to your heartbeat?
I mean, I think I've kind of already touched on it. It's just, you know, every game I get to throw, it's the biggest game for me. So, you know, I want to go out there and do the best that I can do and, you know, throw strikes, give our team a chance to win, and you know, go as deep as possible.
Thanks.
Next question is from Jeff Saunders. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tony, I was just wondering, it's kind of the second time you've tied them up. Why do you think you match up well with the Padres?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I matched up great with them. I was able to throw some different pitches for strikes today, which is awesome. And, you know, executed some pitches when I needed to. And, you know, got a lot of help from the defense today. They played great, you know, positioning wise and just making every play that was coming at them. So overall, it's just a good day for us.
Thank you.
Time for one more. Go ahead, Kyle.
My question was already asked, so I'm good. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Is there any kind of Justin Turner now available? Go ahead, Alanna.
Justin, how nice was it to see Kenley Jansen be able to get in there, get through some traffic, and pick up the save for you guys?
Yeah, I thought he threw the ball great. I mean, he battled in that at bat against Manny. Manny hit a soft line drive up in the bat. He gets the pop up from Moreland. We're in no doubles, and it falls. And then he gritted through it and got the job done. And we're very proud of him for that.
He seemed pretty emotional during his post-game interview. How badly, if you could interpret him, if you will, do you think he wants this for you guys and for this city?
Yeah, I mean, of course, he wants to go out there and he wants to be the Kenley Jansen that we all know and love. And, we just had a conversation in the clubhouse and just understanding that it's not always going to go perfect every time, but, every time you get back on the mound, have that conviction and be that closer that we know that you are and throw every pitch with conviction and compete, and good things will happen. And he did a good job of that tonight.
Justin, for you personally, offensively, it's almost as if you didn't miss the beat, that you weren't sidelined since August 26th. You get in here, your first at bat, you drive in Mookie. How nice was it to be able to produce right away in your first at bat, and then you end up getting 3 hits on the night?
Yeah, it felt good to be back out there. It felt good to get in the box and be productive right out of the gates, and I'm feeling pretty good.
Earlier today, you said you felt the energy was coming from teams that are hitting. You guys seemed a bit more energetic today in the dugout. Just how important was it to make this statement in Game 2?
Yeah, I think it's something that we've kind of talked about all season, especially playing here in the NL West. We play at home. Obviously, our fans create a lot of energy for us. We come down to San Diego. We have a lot of fans that travel down here and create energy for us. Arizona's the same way. So we don't have that luxury this year. So finding ways to, get that energy from within, from each other is big. And we had really good energy from the first pitch on tonight.
How great was Tony Gonsolin for you guys tonight? It's the deepest he's ever gone in a game in his young career.
Outstanding. Tony is awesome. We love when he takes the ball. He's a competitor. He's got 4 quality pitches and really knows how to move the ball around. And just another outstanding start by him. Going out there, giving us, he goes 7, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Outstanding job by him.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Next question is from Mario Castillo. Go ahead.
Justin, in that ball in the 5th inning that you hit, are you playing it safe there? It seems like that's a ball that you, that single you turn to a double most times. Are you playing it safe there with your hamstring?
Yeah, I came out of the box, felt good, and by the time I hit first, the left fielder had the ball in his hand and just didn't want to run into an out. Give Will a chance to, possibly hit a 2-run homer.
Thank you.
Next question is from Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Yeah, Justin, 2 quick questions. You tested that hamstring a little bit going first to third. I'm wondering how it felt on that play. And then secondly, your ability when you don't play for so long, being on the IL, to come out and get 3 hits tonight and that RBI single in your first at bat, how are you able to get locked in so quickly and get your rhythm back so quickly?
Yeah, I don't really remember your first question. The first to third, hamstring felt good going first to third, felt good running the bases, didn't have any hiccups. And then, I've been hitting kind of all along. The hitting has never really bothered anything, and I got a chance to take some live ABs and felt good in that. And, I have enough ABs under my belt where I feel pretty comfortable.
Thank you.
Is that?
Steve Roberts now available. Go ahead, Alanna.
Dave, nobody has more confidence in Kenley than you and his teammates. How gratifying was it to be able to see him face the heart of the order and get out of that jam and secure the save?
I was very proud of him, and I actually thought he threw the ball really well. I didn't like the walk, but Machado put a good at bat on him. And that fly ball to center field, AJ just didn't see it off the bat. That's an out, and AJ will say that 99% of the time. So there was a soft grounder that Corey made a nice play on off the bat of Tatis. So the big punch out to Myers and Cronenworth. So I really feel really good about his outing.
He was pretty emotional in his post-game interview, just about wanting to succeed and wanting to bring a championship to this city. How have you seen that emotion either fuel him or hinder him?
It's certainly fueling him. And I think that it's a different, I don't want to just kind of put it on the year itself, but it's just a different year for a lot of people. And I think that Kenley, I know he feeds off the fans, and it's different as a closer, that adrenaline, that emotion. And it's just good to see him tap into it internally to find it somehow and to help us win a baseball game. And the last couple outings, I've been really impressed with the intensity.
How do you explain a guy coming off of the IL that hasn't been in a game since August 28th and getting 3 hits? Justin Turner never seems to miss a beat.
Well, I think the beat is the word. He's just got a great heartbeat. And he just understands what he's trying to do in the batter's box and have an approach, a plan. And his bat-to-ball skills are just really good. So, I knew that we're better certainly once we added him to the lineup tonight, and it, showed I didn't think he'd throw out 3 hits. But nothing surprised me with JT. So we're going to continue to monitor him. He'll be in the lineup tomorrow DHing, and, we're in a position to win a series.
With Tony Gonsolin, it seemed like he was incredibly effective with the fastball, the slider. He threw in the curve every once in a while. Are those pitches past the development stage, and is this the best overall body of work you've seen from him so far?
Yeah, I think this is, we've seen some good ones from Tony. But if you're looking at this ball club and the focus that they have, and certainly what's at stake, for Tony to go 7 was really remarkable. The fastball missing bats in the zone. He was going top of the zone to the low bullet, mixing in the slider, the change, worked ahead all night long. So he was in control. It was really good to see.
What's going on with Caleb Ferguson?
So there was an x-ray we took, an ultrasound, and right now nothing is conclusive. So, we're going to get an MRI tomorrow. He's going to in Los Angeles, and we'll know more. So right now we're just going to remain in that hopeful state.
Is it his elbow, his arm?
It was the elbow, and he felt something. But like I said, the tests, everything that kind of right now didn't present as a UCL. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for Caleb.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question from Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, with Caleb going to LA, I'm assuming he's going on the IL. Does that make Joe Kelly the guy coming off the,
Well, Joe is already going to be coming off because we were playing a player short because of the suspension.
Okay, but he's going to be activated tomorrow?
Correct.
Okay. And then with Turner, how did he look on the bases to you?
Well, we told him to just put the governor on and be smart. And I think that, it's more of the net of getting him in the lineup, taking at bats to get his timing down as we get to the postseason. As long as we can kind of end with a net positive each day, he'll continue to get better. And that's what happened. So to expect him to leg out a double, that's the cost of us not being able to, that's the cost of us having him in the lineup, and we're completely okay with that.
Thank you.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Dave, as important as this game was for you guys, did you check Tony Gonsolin's pulse, and did he have one?
You know what? I didn't need to, Bill. He came out aggressive tonight, and to see that there was even more in the tank in that seventh, and you can see the great ones, and I'm not putting him in that category quite yet, but he was smelling it. And there were signs of another guy on our staff that you can see that smells it. And he's been fortunate enough to be around that player number 22 for a year and a half and see some things. So tonight was really good to see him.
What does a performance like this tell you about Tony's place in your postseason plans?
Well, he's certainly in the plans. I think that right now, the great thing about us is we have a lot of options with starting pitching. We know Clayton and Walker are going to start game 1 and game 2, and then, when you're talking about a 3-game series, there's some discussions that need to be had with the rest of the 3 guys. So we're in a good spot.
With Caleb, he's a guy who's already had Tommy John once. Did he describe it to you as being similar to what he felt that time?
I didn't hear that. All I know is that it didn't present as such. So I'm just remaining hopeful.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Ken Gurnick. Go ahead.
Dave, your team has played so well this year, you really haven't been challenged until lately. And after the way last night's game went, how happy were you at the way things progressed today, especially in the early innings, and you bounced right back?
Very pleased, and I think I really liked the focus and the intensity tonight. I thought that we spoiled some pitches, took some borderline pitches down below the zone, and collectively played good defense, had good at bats, and yeah, we didn't put up a big number on the scoreboard tonight, but I just really thought there were some good things tonight. So on the heels of what happened last night, for us to rebound and play good, sound baseball was not a surprise, but good to see.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, back to Gonsolin for a second early. I guess the playoffs with the format as you go on, and there's no off days, at least until the World Series. Are you guys in a unique position, or how do you think that plays out given your roster in terms of like how you can take advantage of that?
Yeah, well, Eric, I think there's a couple off days after the regular season. And once we start the wild card series, there's 3 games. And so you got 3 starters that you're going to deal with. And then we've got a couple of days off there. And then it's 5 in a row. So then we like the format. Now we got to go out there and win baseball games.
Thanks. And then I guess just to clarify, so Ferguson, if he's going back to LA, is he going to be on the injured list then? Is that kind of a given?
We just, nothing's official. We want to get him to take that scan, and then we'll know more then.
Thanks.
Yep.
Next question is from Cary Osborne. Go ahead.
Dave, Tony has gone 6 before, and he's had these games that have been excellent. But to send him out there for the 7th inning, did you kind of want to see how he would react and perform, especially considering the competition and the situation?
Yeah, I think he earned that right. Being efficient, held his stuff. Nothing was compromised. And I wanted to see it. So for him to go out there and continue to get outs, it was really good to see. And that last, I think it was the Cronenworth getting him to ground out. I thought that was big for him to complete 7 innings.
Thanks, Dave.
Go ahead, Jack.
Dave, after a couple outings for Kenley last week where the results weren't there, does his demeanor or intensity change at all when he has a couple games like that back to back?
Yeah, you know what? I think that you saw it that other night after the blown save night, coming back in a plus game for us, but just coming back, and you just saw the look in his eye. And then tonight, the way that he picked us up, he really did. And so I thought those 2 nights really were indicative of who he is and who I expect to see going forward.
I mean, what does it tell you that even after that walk, he was able to bring it back in quickly with some well-executed pitches the next couple at bats?
It's just, I mean, I know what he can do. I've seen it. And now the challenge is every time I hand them the baseball to have that same focus and intensity. And, you know, these games are only going to get bigger as we finish the season out and get into the postseason. So I trust them with the baseball.
Thank you.
We got time for one more. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, Dave, you addressed this a little bit earlier, but just given this postseason format and the emphasis now on having, you know, a deep starting rotation, how encouraging was it to see Tony, a rookie, come out and perform like he did in really a big game?
No, it was great. And you never know until you know and you see it. So, like I said before, we've seen him pitch in big spots, big games, make big pitches. But given the circumstances right now, there was a lot at stake, you know, and I think he realized that, and he picked us up. So to lose a game that we lost the way we lost it, and to come back and be a stopper was really good to see, especially for a young pitcher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.